Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast.
Do the damn thing.
Where we talk to visionary dreamers like you about living their best life.
Fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself.
It's time to step into the past, present, and future with an open and healthy mind. Go! Now let's talk.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. I was practicing earlier and that came out so much better. Oh my gosh, I miss y'all so much. To the newcomers out there, this is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you are tuned in to the Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary folk out here doing the damn thing the best way we can. And today's topic is let go and gain everything. I mean, everything. I'm just so glad to be back, guys. I went on a hiatus and God told me this today to look at the last show. As a matter of fact, to listen to the last show I left off with. And the title of that last show was Make the Next Move Your Best Move. Not knowing that my next move really was going to be my best move. You know, like I was going to go on a hiatus and God was going to just, show me some things in different ways I need to start moving and things I need to move forward in. And I got a message, basically, to show the world the real you. That was the message God gave me. It's time to show the world the real you. And to the listeners out there that maybe have been following me for a while, you're probably like, what do you mean? Okay, you had a podcast show and you know what I'm saying? And you've been letting us know the real you. But no, there are different gifts that God blessed me with that I haven't really shown the world, or I haven't walked in. Let's say that I haven't walked in because maybe I just wasn't I don't know. I thought maybe it was a hobby. Or maybe I just wasn't I'll say it, good enough, for this particular gift, or I wasn't ready to unleash these particular gifts. So the show is called Let Go and Gain Everything because one, and as I have in the descriptions, that means people, things, places, thoughts, let go and gain everything. Basically, we hold on to things that we're and I talk about this on the show a whole lot. We hold on to our comfort zone, things that we're comfortable with, because we know that is something that is predictable. Let's say it that way. But the unknown is unpredictable. And with that, I'm actually taping at the same time. Video, we'll see how that works. I wanted to actually do Zoom, but let me get back on tag. We hold on because of habit, we hold on because of habit. And, but the beauty of letting go, is that we are really, truly opening ourselves to real faith in God, or whoever you pray to, the higher ups, the universe. We're letting go and letting the universe take the wheel. Sometimes we could hold on to the wheel so hard that we just miss the scenery. We We can hold on. We're so focused on holding on to the wheel to make sure that we don't crash, that we miss the scenery that's surrounding us. We miss all the beautiful, trees. And I'm saying this as a metaphor. You know what I mean? We miss the beautiful neighborhoods around us, the beautiful grass that's growing that we might have passed, or, the new restaurants that we're passing by. And again, I'm saying this as a metaphor, meaning like, we could hold on to what we know so much that we miss out to what it is that God wants us to experience in life, who it is that God wants us to experience in life, who it is that can come along and help us to take our lives to the next level, Like I was saying in the past show a couple of months ago, make your next move the best move. In that show, I talked about things of that nature, meaning like, we can still find ourselves going in circles and doing the same things. And because we know the same people, we don't get a chance to grow like we should. You know what I mean? We're kind of like a preemie baby that takes a longer time to grow. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but we have to start letting go of the old mindsets, guys. You know what I mean? I guess this show came about. There was a few things that happened during the course of the day. And one of the things was I went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning, right? Before I came. Oh. So wait a minute. Let me update you on what I mean by gain everything, and then I'll go into that story because you're going to be like, what? So 2013 is when I moved from Georgia back to Pennsylvania. And, that process wasn't a move that I really wanted to do. It was out of need. It was out of, me having to handle some business in Pennsylvania. And along that time, I wound up staying the course of 2013 to 2019, basically, like where it was permanent. I did visit Georgia, but I lived in Pennsylvania from 2013 to 2019. And sometimes, even though you have many gifts and talents and experience and maybe license to work in different fields, sometimes when it's your season to grow, none of that matters. I'll say it that way. None of that matters. Because when you're in a season of growing, you have to go through some things in order to see what you're made of, in order to see who you are. What is your purpose in this time, space, and reality. And when you're going through those things at that time, you really don't understand. You really don't overstand, as I say. You're just like, what the heck, or what the HELL, you know what I mean, is going on? Why is it that, I'm so used to, I have this background, or I know how to do this, but nothing is really panning out for me. I'm not seeing the abundance. I'm not seeing the rewards from all my efforts and my hard work. And I'm doing it. I'm working. I'm working at it. I'm planning, but for some reason, every step forward becomes a 3 steps backwards. And you're like, just in your head, like, okay, is it me? What did I do? Is this karma? Especially if, you're a person that you do work your hardest to be good to people, to be kind to people, to look out for people. So that is really baffling when things just don't pan out the way you want to. Like you could get so far, and then you think like, okay, this is it. This is it. Everything is moving, it's going, and this is it. And then all of a sudden, things just start crashing down on you all over again. And it's not you. It's not you. It could be the people that you're dealing with. And, the people that you're dealing with, they can, you can be relying on them for certain things. And all of a sudden, they just let you down. They disappoint you in some type of way, But what I've learned is that through your course of growth, through that season of growth, certain people let you down because that's their assignment, believe it or not. As crazy as it sounds, sometimes people are assigned to let you down or to do certain things to you at certain times in your life, because that is where the growth starts coming in. That is when you can start seeing, little bits of pieces of your characteristic changing for the bad or for the good. You can start realizing things that annoy you or that inspire you, that encourage you, that uplift you, that motivate you through people, through places, and through things. While you're going through your season of change, while you're going through your season of upgrading, I'll say it like that, you would have to listen to the different podcast shows to know my life. My life has definitely been a journey, and I wouldn't change anything, especially now that I know why. You know what I mean? In the midst of the turmoil, you question the why. Why, God? Why me? I didn't do nothing to nobody. That was me. Plenty of times in the mirror here and there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would never know that about me because that's not what I wear. I'm more of I think because of my trials, my challenges and all of that, that's where my passion comes in, and that's where it's my calling. That's where your calling comes in. The things that you struggle with the most is your calling, believe it or not. As crazy as that sounds, the things that we struggle with the most is our purpose in life. That is our assignment and how we are supposed to give back to the world, to people, to our loved ones, In other words, now I can bring up, okay, since then, we're going to speed up. It's too many things throughout them years. But this is all a part of the title and why I can talk about letting go and gaining everything, So you figure, 2013, 2019, what is that? Is that 7 years? I don't know. Anyway, no, that's 6 years, I think. It's too much to talk about. But when I speed up to 2000, I won't say not even 19 to, 2019, August the 8th, 2019, I was in a bad accident, a car accident, which totaled my car. And if you've been listening to the show, you know this. I've spoke about this. But when I'm thinking about this accident at that time in my life, I'm looking at it like, goodness gracious, I'm 2 months away from paying off this whole car note that I've been paying for 3 years or so, and someone totaled the car. So now I got to start all over. That's one. And then the things that I do is mobile. I need a car. They're taking forever with this whole insurance thing. That's two. You know what I'm saying? And just so forth and so forth. So I made up in my mind that, you know what? My son is graduating college this year. Or was it next year? Next year, which is this year, 2020. He was graduating. And he's grown. He doesn't even live with me. He has his own house with his roommates. He's grown. He can take care of himself. We had a talk and he said, Mom, just go. I wanted to go back to Georgia and start anew because I figured it was time to let go of PA. You know, even though I was born and raised in Philadelphia, I wasn't living in Philadelphia at the time. I was living in Harrisburg. But it's time to let go, because everything that I threw out there, and I was strategic about throwing out there, didn't come back in an abundant way. So for me, that was a message from God that it's time to let go. Because as a matter of fact, I apologize, y'all. As a matter of fact, that same day of the accident, this is the deep part, I was meeting with someone that wanted me to run her branch. She had this like kind of like nursing aid home thing, and she wanted me to run one of her branches, manage one of her branches. I literally was turning into the parking lot to have the meeting with her. This is what I'm saying about when God says no, he means no, or she means no. You know what I'm saying? Literally outside of the office was the accident. So that was a clear no. So speed up. I said, okay, I'm going to pack up. And when I say I let go, I let go. I let go of everything, the furniture, the everything. I just took the essentials, and I called my cousin in Atlanta, and I said, I'm on my way. And he said, come on. You know what I mean? I didn't have a clue as to where I was going to live, where I was going to work, because I needed to get a job, because I got to start all over now. Clientele, whatever I'm doing, I have to start from scratch now. You know what I mean? But I let go because I felt like, what am I really leaving behind? You get what I'm saying? Yes, I have family and friends that I can always travel to see. But as for me, in accomplishments, you know what I'm saying? In things that I built, what was I really leaving behind? In my mind, I felt like nothing. Because nothing that I put, effort towards was working. So I figured, okay, I've learned a lot since I've been here. I've grown a lot. I learned about who I am because I stayed at a yoga meditation retreat for like 8 to 9 months. And there was my real learning experience of teaching me how to let go. So let me see what works out for me in Georgia. Maybe I need new energy. Maybe I need a new environment. Maybe I need to meet new people. You get what I'm saying? Experience new places and new things to bring a new energy to me. That's what I'm saying about letting go. It's not just about the materialistic things. It's not just about the money. Sometimes it's just about you. Sometimes it's just about your spirit and your soul. Breathing in new air. You get what I'm saying? So now speed up to today. Or let's say speed up to me moving. I stayed with my cousin for 2.5 months. And then, I finally started seeing the wheels turning little by little. I was able to get a vehicle, which was an upgrade. You know what I mean? And then I was able to get in a home, which was an upgrade. And then I still didn't have a stable occupation. I still was relying more on a clientele basis, but I still had to build up clientele. And it was rough for a minute. It was really rough for the first, I'm going to say, 4 months that I moved. And I shared with y'all before, I went without my water on and my heat on because I wanted to make sure that my priorities as far as my shelter was paid for, my car was paid for. You know what I'm saying? And I roughed it out. But now, here it is. The same month that I had the accident. And God blessed me with a new office for me to do my services out of. And I said, bless me with a home, a Jeep. And this new life now is like everything to me. I get to give back. And when God spoke to me and said, show the world the real you. And the reason why I'm telling y'all my story is because I need y'all to think about your story. You get what I'm saying? I need y'all to think about, how long have you been stagnant? How long have you been where you are with your mindset? How long have you been in the same place doing the same thing? How long has it been since you've been turning your wheels, throwing rocks out there and nothing's coming back to you? How long has it been? Maybe it's time for you to let go of all of the thoughts of what you think and how you think things should go, who you think and how you think things should go with a business, a job, a partner, a relationship, or whatever it is that you're stagnant in, and you don't see no growth within yourself. Those are the things that you need to let go of so God can bless you, and be open and receptive to receive the blessings. So getting back to showing the world the real me. By nature, I discovered that I'm a healer. Meaning, like, yes, words can heal. And when I come on this podcast show, I always pray that my words heal you in some type of way, or helps you to get on that journey and that path to heal by me sharing stories and sharing different suggestions or whatever I'm sharing. But through touch, sometimes some of us have that gift of healing. And so I studied polarity energy healing, and now I'm studying the Reiki energy healing, and I have my certifications in it. This is what I've been doing for these couple months that I've been on a hiatus. I've been going in and really embracing me, embracing the gifts that God gave me, even though they are gifts that I would have never thought of, gifts that people don't get, you know, especially the people that I grew up with, or my family and my friends. Some of them don't get it. But to the friends and the family that I performed the service on, they get it. They get it. They are the reason that I pursued getting a office and offering the service to others. Now I read cards, and I've been doing this too. I've been doing this for a couple years now, but the people that I basically was practicing on was like, you know what? You really need to do this. This has helped me so much. It has helped me to have some insight into my direction. But that is something that, you know, was shunned. Oh, you better not go to a card reader. That's a sin. Oh my gosh, that's the devil. But when you don't have knowledge of certain things and you just listen to what you've learned, that's where the issue comes in, you know? And when I say card reading, for me, everything is about intentions. And I tell people this: whatever your intentions are, no matter what you do, it can be bad or good. So, for instance, if you're a pastor in a church and your intentions to be a pastor in a church is to take people's money and to drive and use that money to pay for your car, your house, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To pay for materialistic things that you want in life. And you don't want to use that money to give back to the community. That's never been your mindset. Then you have made your church for evil. You get what I'm saying? But God gives us tools for us to use in different ways, so that we can give messages, so we can gain messages. And so card reading is just that. It is messages. It depends on what type of cards you get, but they're messages. I deal with oracle and angel cards and affirmation cards to help people with messages. And confirmations. Most of the time it's confirmations. A lot of people are torn between this decision and that decision, but I'm telling you, the cards come out. And not just that, because I open myself up for God to deliver the messages. Just like when I come on this podcast show, I pray to God to use me as a channel to give you the message, those who tune in and listen, to give you the message that you need to move forward in your life and to, you know what I'm saying, to look at your life in a different light and maybe walk in a different direction, or maybe get the courage or the confidence to walk in a different direction. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes when we hear somebody else's story, it really helps us with our story. So now that you know the different things that I've been working on for these last 2 months, getting this office together, getting my services together, and now a new website. The company is Regenerating Me, and my new website is regeneratingmeessentials.shop. And you could go on there and buy different things that can help you out with your journey. You know what I mean? And also my services are available on the site as well. So, and I'll put that in the link and all of that. But that's beside the point. Anyway, what God did today, now I'm going to speed back up to what I was saying about this morning and why, this title came about, Let Go and Gain Everything. For some reason, God put on my heart to go to this other Dunkin' Donuts, which was way further away from my home. I normally go to one Dunkin' Donuts that's pretty much kind of down the road. But it was like, and I've been to this other Dunkin' Donuts before, but it's really out the way. So, long story short, I go to the Dunkin' Donuts. I go in. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the computer. I don't know why that thing keeps coming up. I go in to the Dunkin' Donuts, and I see it's only like 2 workers. That was odd. Well, it was a Sunday. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to get in the drive-thru, because it seemed like they was really paying attention to the drive-thru more. So I get in my car, go through the drive. But I noticed as I'm going in, I noticed this lady and her daughter sitting like on the pavement. And so I didn't think anything of it. Got in my car, went through the drive-thru. So once I got finished the drive-thru, again, a detour. Normally I go out that Dunkin' Donuts to the right, and something just was like, go to the left, right? I go to the left, and as I'm riding past, I see the mother and the daughter again, but they're sitting at a building that's like a little bit away from the Dunkin' Donuts. And this is kind of like in a strip mall type of thing, a few stores or whatever. So something just said, pull over, and asked them, are they okay? And I was like, okay. So I pulled over and I rolled down the window. I said, are you okay? And she was just looking so faint, and she was like, I'm just kind of weak. My blood is low. I'm anemic or whatever like that. And I really want to get some iron pills or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, so what do you need? What, do you need a ride? And she was like, well, I want to go to the dollar store. And it was like across the street, but it was a little walk for the way she looked. So I was like, well, come on, y'all get in and I'll drive y'all over there. So I drove him over there. She's like, oh my gosh, you're such an angel. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I was about to pass out. So I was like, okay, you won't be okay. And meanwhile, I knew I had to get to the office or whatever. So I take her, and she's just telling me, sharing some things. But what it was and what God told me after the fact. Well, first, let me finish the story. So then I take her in there, whatever, and we had a little chat or whatever. And I was like, okay, and I dropped them off. So I got on the road and I rode off. Well, God was not leaving me alone. I'll be like, gosh, why you always got to pick me to do some craziness? So it's like, why did you just leave him? Why you didn't give him some money? Why? Because she was telling me, oh, that's what it was. She was telling me her electric got cut off, and her son called, and she had to go walk and pay the electric, and she had a backpack on. So, I'm like, wow, they walk from the house, whatever. I didn't know where they live. I figured they lived close. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm riding. I'm like, listen, I want to get to the office. I want to do this. I want to do that. And that nudge just was like, no, go back. Go give him some money. I'm like, I don't even have no cash on me. I don't really carry cash on me. I was like, okay, I had $15. Then I had another, I think it was like $11 in my car or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and give him the money. So I said, well, if she's in there, then that means that I'm supposed to, continue to look out. If she's not, then that means that maybe you just wanted to test me. I go in there, they in there. So I say, listen, sis, you know, I know this sounds crazy, but I just want to give you this, you know, help you out. I don't know, you know, I'm just, please don't think of this as charity or nothing. But when I saw you and your daughter, it just so reminded me of me and my son when he was that age, you know. And so this is just me, a mother looking out for another single mom, you know. So she was like, me and my daughter was like, oh, she must be an angel. She just left like this and the other. And we were like hoping that, you know, you didn't leave. And so she shared with me how, you know, she couldn't find a lift and all this whole bit. So long story short, I wound up driving them home. She had to stop and get some ice or whatever. And then from there, I dropped them off home. And when I saw where they lived at, I was like, y'all walk from here? I was like, oh my gosh. So she just, you know, was telling me some things. And I knew right then that God was just using me in that moment to let her know that her prayers were heard, you know, and let her know that, you know, God do use people to send your way. And that's what I'm saying about we have to learn to be open and receptive for good to happen to us. You know what I mean? We have to let go of the mentality that just because she was telling me how she just give and people take advantage of her and, you know, she never gets blessings. I said, well, this is your blessing today. And just let's just leave it with that. You know what I mean? Stop talking about what you don't get. And get a journal and start writing down how God has blessed you in unexpected ways. Because there have been plenty of times through my walk, me and my son struggles and our obstacles that God just used people to just bless us. I can remember a time we were walking, he was that same age, and something happened to my car. And we were walking to get a rental car, and it was a long way. And this man, and normally I don't get in cars, just like she was saying, but sometimes spirit just lets you know, like, it's okay. I sent this ride for you. You know what I mean? And it was just this, you know, older man, and he was just like, y'all okay? Y'all need a ride? And it was the same thing. I can really recall, and God reminded me of that when I after I dropped them off, that I was returning a favor. And the guy drove us to go to the rental car. The older man drove us to go pick up the rental car. And I told my son at that time, he was around the same age. I was like, look at God. Look at God. And my son was like, Mom, I was praying. I was praying in my head. I was praying, God, please help us to get a ride. Help us. I was like, you was? And he was like, yeah. And God sent that man. This is what I'm saying, guys. You know, when we open ourselves up for new, we open ourselves to believe, we open ourselves to know that God will bring good to us. God can bless us, even though we went through some rocky roads and we've traveled through some hardships. When we could just focus on the blessings, focus on how God has used people to uplift us in different times of our lives. And just keep focusing on that. And know that our time is going to come to gain everything. And when I say everything, I don't mean materialistically. Just because of the new office and the new, you know, the Jeep and the house and all this whole bit. I'm just sharing that with y'all because I'm telling y'all, I came here with nothing but faith. I came here knowing and trusting God was going to make sure that my life was going to turn around for the better. That God was going to make sure that I had the opportunity to utilize my gifts, my talents, not just for me, but for others. That it wasn't going to go to waste. As long as I was willing to take risks, as long as I was willing to believe that God has more than these last 6-7 years, fed to me. I'll say it that way. There's more. And that's what I'm saying about you got to let go. You got to let go of what you know sometimes to learn new things. My grandpa once told me, You're never too old to learn new things. And he told me this when he was probably like 89. And he always watched the History Station and he always was learning. And I respect that, and I admired that about him. And so that's why I made it a point that I'm going to always choose to learn new things. I'm always going to be open and receptive to learn new things. I'm never going to be that one that thinks that I know everything. But I'm always going to be that one to share the knowledge and the experience that I've gained throughout life with others. You get what I'm saying? Because not everybody is willing to learn new things. Not everybody is willing to say to themselves that, you know what, I don't know this. And I need to bite my pride, my ego, whatever, to learn this so that I can get further with who I am, what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And it will benefit not just me, it'll benefit a world of people, you know, my loved ones. And you just never know how far it will go when you share knowledge, when you gain knowledge for self and you share it with others. You just never know what that one little lesson that you learned, that one little experience that you learned, how it would help another person to move forward in their journey. You get what I'm saying? We have to stop being selfish in a sense of not wanting to share, but being careful with who you share with. Let me make that real evident. Being careful with who you share with. And this is why I was so quiet for the last couple months. And I just went inward. And I just shared with people that were sharing with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, this has been my journey. I had to learn that not everybody, everything is not for everybody. Let's say it that way. Everything you do, everything you learn, it's not for everybody to know. And sometimes it's for people to know at certain times. Let's say it that way. But then I could look back at how much I shared and how many times it was taken for granted, or how many times people utilized and used and abused my kindness. But again, I say that those people, the reason why I am not harboring bad thoughts or feelings, and I can forgive all of those people that I feel took me for granted, or took, you know, what I shared for granted, or my kindness for granted, is because I know that God will assign people to act a certain way or do a certain thing to you so that you can acknowledge you. Let me say that again. God will assign people to do certain things and act a certain way towards you so that you can know you. You can discover you. You can discover your trueness, your authenticity of who you came here to be. Sometimes we need a beat down for us to know our true value and worth. And sometimes we need that beat down over and over again from different people so that we can know our value and our worth. You get what I'm saying? So we can finally stand up and say, you know what? Enough is enough. What the freak? What part am I playing in this that I keep getting this same treatment? Or I keep on running to these same type of people? And then and only then, when you acknowledge that you have a part in it, and only you can fix it, it's no one else's fault. I say fart. Well, it's like a fart when people... Anyway, it's no one else's fault but yours. If you choose to continue to let people treat you the way you don't deserve to be treated. You know what I'm saying? We can complain all day about this person did that to us. We can be hurt. We can feel like a victim. We can do all this stuff. We could cry. You know, I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Why? Why did they do this to me? I'm just being nice. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're responsible for yourself. At the end of the day, you are responsible for allowing people to treat you the way you don't deserve to be treated, or the way you don't want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? You're responsible for that. And I think that came from me running across a YouTube video of somebody that I know in the entertainment business, and they're going through some bitter times right now, and I'm just sending love to that person, you know, because it's like crazy, you know, they're going through some bitter times, and they blasting everything that has been done to them, you know. And I feel their pain because I was in the industry, and, you know, a lot of people took me for granted. And you know what I'm saying? Not in a way they took her for granted, but I would say in a business end of things, you know, or, you know, and the whole telling lies on me things, because she had that happen to her, you know. And at the end of the day, I had to look at it and say, well, it's a lie. So why am I going to feed into that? You know what I'm saying? At one point in my life, yeah, I felt bad. I felt some type of way, and I was trying to defend myself. But I'm like, I got to the point, I'm like, why am I defending myself? People gonna want to believe what they want to believe any damn way. And this, again, is a part of letting go. So when I say let go, I mean everything, guys. Everything that's holding you in bondage. People talking about you. People lying on you. People, you know what I'm saying, discrediting you. So hold up. Bleep, bleep, bleep. What? You know who you are, or do you? Do you know who you are? Because when you know who you are, you're not going to care about what people say about you and what people think about you. And that is how you gain everything. Because you're so focused on you. You're so focused on your gifts, your purpose, your assignment. You don't got time to look back. I was driving up here to the and this is, I know I'm about to get off, but I'm just coming back, y'all. Y'all should know I had a lot to say. I'm driving to my office to do this podcast show, and this grasshopper jumps on my my front window. And I take off, and the grasshopper staying there like it's riding with me. I'm like, okay, you riding with me? Okay. Well, the significance of a grasshopper is this. Think about this. And y'all know every now and then I talk about animals that I see. I've been seeing butterflies, and orange butterflies, yellow butterflies. That signifies hope and positive change, and you know what I'm saying? But this grasshopper, think about a grasshopper. A grasshopper can only jump forward, guys. And it jumped on my car right when I was driving up here to do the podcast show. To me, that signifies God reminding me, move forward. Keep moving forward. If people that you know right now don't want to move forward in their life, you can't look back, and you can't go back and get them. Wow. You only can move forward at this point in your life. I made things move forward in your life so fast when you came to Georgia, because that's the mindset I want you to keep. I want you to keep the mindset that what you let go of, let it go. Keep it. It's gone. Rather be materialistic, rather be, you know what I'm saying, relationships, friendships, and all that whole bit. Now, if the people that I let go of are meant to be in my life, they will come back in my life as a means of moving forward. You get what I'm saying? Overstand what I'm saying. They will come back in my life as a means of moving forward, meaning their mentality will be changed. Their mentality will be thinking forward. They will be working on moving forward with their mentality. You get what I'm saying? For the good of all. And that's where God has me. That's where God has me. And so I'm not welcoming everybody that I let go. Because some people just need to stay let going. Straight up. I mean, that's just my energy right now. I'm not with the old mindsets. I'm with the new mindsets. Like, what's up? What can we do? What can we do moving forward? What's the new that we can experience together as people? You know what I mean? What is the new that we can experience and create together? That's where I'm at. I want to create new things. I'm excited about life for the first time in my life. Within a year, God just turned my life around, a 360, put together things that I was working on for freaking, 6-7 years that was never meshing together. And then brought in new things, a new mindset, a new way of life, new discoveries about me. Because I was willing to let go of the old me. I was willing to let go of my old mindsets. My old thought patterns. You get what I'm saying? Knowing that there is better. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. Know that there is better. Guys, for you. In the midst of all this chaos, God has done miraculous things within my life. And you would think that it would be the opposite. But you know why? It's because I'm not feeding into the drama. I'm not feeding into the news. I'm not feeding into all that stuff. I'm staying away from things that's going to bring my mindset, my spirit, my soul down. And I'm moving forward to things that's going to uplift me. And that's where you need to be. Moving forward towards things, people, thought patterns that's going to move your life forward. Let go. Be open and receptive to receive everything that God has for you. And it ain't he, she, mother God, father God is not finished with me yet. I know it. But I'm open and receptive. And that's where you need to be. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. You know, I just want to catch up with y'all and just let y'all know where I've been these last couple months. And it's about to be back on consistently. I hope y'all like the new intro. That's what I'm saying. I'm moving forward, new things, doing new things, you know. And yeah, I will keep y'all tuned in with the other things that I've been working on. I'm just excited. I'm so excited about life. I'm excited for you because I know that you took this message to heart, and I know I want to hear about how you moving forward. Email me, ADionne, your dream pusher at gmail.com. Email me, guys, and let me know how you moving forward. There are other things I want to share, but I'll save them for the next show. Okay. So with all that being said, definitely follow me on IG. Chronicles of Livin, YouTube, all that good stuff. Chronicles of Livin, without the G, Livin. Go get the books. 90-Day Journal, Visionary Dreamer, 90-Day Journal, and Transform Your Life. Discover Your Purpose. And yeah, go get the books. It's going to help you out. Trust me. At Amazon.com, April ADionne Williams. Look that up. Go cop that. And let me know. Email me. Let me know how it's helping you out. So until next Sunday, I will see you visionary dreamers and talk to you then. Okay? And I added on ADionne, your dream pusher. You could do .website. I don't know what's up with the .com, but .website. ADionne, your dream pusher. .website. I added a voicemail. Drop me a voicemail you're going to see on there, voicemail, whatever. Leave me a message or whatever. Record me a message about whatever, about what you're going through, how the show helped you. Ask me a question, anything, and I want to play it in the next shows. Okay, I'm going to pick a couple of them and play it in the show. So make sure you go to ADionne, yourdreampusher.website, and you'll see on there voicemail or something like that. Click that page and record a message, and I want to play it in the next show. Okay, so I did that, and I'm working on a whole call-in thing. Okay, guys. So until next Sunday, I love you guys. Let go so you could gain everything. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit, y'all. And you're listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show. I love you guys. Peace.
The Chronicles of Livin.
We can be whatever we dream.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Chronicles of Livin podcast, where you find only the highest vibrations. Remember, you are extraordinary. And if you're pursuing your dreams, we're proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live.
Something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it.
Stay updated with ADionne by visiting chroniclesoflivin.com or stay connected through social media by following @Chronicles of Livin. Until next time, your dream pusher, ADionne.